This is a really bright, big day in my life, and I only have 10 minutes. So I'm going to share some of the poetry with you, but I'd like to just tell you how this came to be. I was in the Caritas coach program in the midst at the beginning of the pandemic, and we started October 2019, the class, and my first poem came to me November 19th, and it illustrated my childhood traumas. And then 5 months later, these poems started coming to me, but they were healing poems. And Jan, our instructor, would kindly say, because I'm a researcher, so I'm in my head all the time, and Jan would say, get out of your head. I saw it over and over in the chat. So these are 100 healing poems. They appear or they came to me. So I didn't sit down to write them. I would be eating or walking, taking a shower, cooking, and all of a sudden I'd get this energetic feeling in my heart that went up to my head, and the words would appear. So these poems appear in this book exactly how they came to me and in the order that they came to me. And I guess I'm the feature because every poem is about me. One other important thing is that I know that these poems are not from, well, they may be from me. I'm just a vessel, because I wrote here that they were channeled through me, given to me by the one who created me, and therefore I'm a vessel for these poems. Before these came to me, I didn't like poetry, I didn't read poetry, and I didn't have any poetry books. So let me begin. Now that you have, I didn't know I was going to be a comedian. Okay. The first one I'd like to read to you is Jan's favorite, so you may see a little tear, but this is also the first healing poem that came to me, and that was April the 4th, 2020. And it's entitled, The Heart Will. The heart will, even if I won't. The heart will, even if I don't. The heart will, even if I can't. The heart will love, guide, nourish every time I need to flourish. The next one, I have that tagged here. The next one is entitled, I Began. And it was written after I wrote, or not, I'll say I wrote, but you guys know when they downloaded. The one that downloaded was I Found My Heart. And in I Found My Heart, and my husband's in the back recording, and so every poem that came to me, it didn't matter what time of day, I woke him up and I read it to him. So I'm on my third book, so you can just do the math. And he said to me, what does I Found My Heart mean to you? And I said, it's the time that I removed the wall from my heart and living in a heart-centered manner. So, Dan, it was on May the 4th, 2020 that I got into my heart. Anyway, so this one came to me. I wrote 4 that day, and it's entitled, I Began. I began with courage. I began and wouldn't be discouraged. I began oblivious to the impact. I began and ended up on track. I began gently succumbing. I began being and becoming. The next one is, after my husband said to me, when you live from your heart, you're gonna be pretty vulnerable. So guess what? The next one that came to me was being vulnerable. So I'd also like to say that this one, I've done live readings and book launches, and this is the one that I get the most questions about. And it's being vulnerable. Being vulnerable is frightening. Being vulnerable is enlightening. Being vulnerable draws others near. Being vulnerable creates freedom. Being vulnerable transforms my thinking. Being vulnerable gives me an inkling. Being vulnerable is living. Being vulnerable creates giving. Being vulnerable is turning within. Being vulnerable is how I win. Beautiful. The next one. This one's, okay. People always ask me, what's your favorite? Well, they're all about me, so. The next one is Dreamer. It's entitled Dreamer. And this one, I asked myself a number of questions. So after each poem, I wrote a reflective note. And I asked myself questions. What prompted these revelations or downloads? Am I doing to myself what I provide for my clients after Reiki? Am I reading my spirit? Is it a gift I've been given and trying to identify? And so my husband said, these are coming from beyond you. And he said, no one can teach you what you're doing. And it's true. So here's Dreamer. No, I meant with time, okay? Okay. It's called Dreamer. I'm a dreamer. I'm a dreamer of wondrous deeds. I'm a dreamer of all my needs. I'm a dreamer of an illustrious life. I'm a dreamer whose hopes take flight. I'm a dreamer inspired to transform. I'm a dreamer living life adorned. I'm a dreamer at a critical juncture. I'm a dreamer living Caritas culture. So the next one, I forgot to tell you my focus of why I chose these. One of the conference themes is self-care, and so a lot of these are around self-care. And I'm reading some of Julie's favorites too. So, okay, so the next one is caring for myself. And, you know, we were 3 months in the pandemic, and I get my nails done regularly, and I couldn't get my nails done. So I was up in the middle of the night giving myself a manicure. And my husband uses a CPAP machine, and he was snoring around his CPAP machine. So I turned a white noise machine on, and the words still kept coming. And he knows that I tell this story. Okay, so caring for myself. I'm caring for myself in a new way. I'm caring for myself, and only I have a say. I'm caring for myself, living in harmony. I'm caring for myself, eliminating monotony. I'm caring for myself, realizing my worth. I'm caring for myself, cherishing my time on earth. I'm caring for myself, humbled by blessings. I'm caring for myself with gratitude while progressing. I'm caring for myself, garnering quiet time. I'm caring for myself and feeling miraculously divine. Okay. So the next one, I'm going to ask Jean to come up here, please, if you wouldn't mind. This one was written just before I started my second year postdoc with Jean. And I said, you know, we had a plan, and that plan was to work on my theory of coping after pregnancy loss. But these poems kept coming, and so I said, Gina, we should change a little bit what we're doing. And so this was the day, and it was July 1st, 2020, that Jean affirmed the value of my work. And so after ending the Zoom with her, this one came to me. So I haven't had the opportunity to read it directly to you, so I'd like to do that. And it's entitled Inspired. I'm inspired by my new mentor. I'm inspired by her humble surrender. I'm inspired by her luminous vision. I'm inspired by her caring precision. I'm inspired listening to the sounds from her soul. I'm inspired by the stories she has told. I'm inspired as she evokes the art. I'm inspired by my new dear mentor's heart.
Never know.
I just have two more. Oh, this goes back to Eugene. We have every July a postdoc seminar, and during the second day in 2020, Jean focused on indigenous literacies. And so one of the concepts she spoke about was forgiveness, and it really resonated for me. And so this one's called I Forgive Myself. And this one is a little longer. I think it's 1 minute and 10 seconds. Well, I had to time them, make sure. I forgive myself for absorbing words which made me feel less. I forgive myself for entering situations that created confrontations. I forgive myself for thinking I was unlovable. I forgive myself for not accepting I'm adorable. I forgive myself for hiding. I forgive myself for not deciding. I forgive myself for valuing superficial qualities. I forgive myself for ignoring realities. I forgive myself for consuming foods to fill emotional gaps. I forgive myself for ignoring resources under my cap. I forgive myself for caring more for others. I forgive myself for viewing self-care as a bother. I forgive myself after 6 decades plus. I forgive myself by honoring my evolving consciousness. For this, I trust. Wow. The last one I'd like to read is about me, but I also want it to be about you. And it's entitled, It's Amazing. It's amazing to be filled with grace. It's amazing to have won the race. It's amazing the flow of my life. It's amazing I've lost the strife. It's amazing so bright is my aura, radiating from my soul, letting me know I am amazing. And so I just want all of you to know that you truly are amazing. And if you find yourself living in your head, take the chance and try to live out your heart. I just want to thank, words aren't sufficient to thank Jan, getting me out of my head, Jean, for believing in my work. Is Gail here? Oh, yes. Oh, Gail was my mentor during this program. I read her my first poem and she just cried. So that was And of course, Julie, thank you. And of course, my husband, who has giving me some days 8 downloads. The book, Julie said I could say this.
Yes, please do. If you want to get a book signed, there are books out in the Caring store. Please purchase one for Paulina and get her to sign it if you don't mind.
Oh, I'll stick around. They're also available on Amazon ebook. Can I say one more thing and then it's gonna disappear? Not disappear. This work, which came from the Caritas coaching, has opened so many doors for healing at such an appropriate time. So I do have a live stream show that I do. That's the one you were talking about. The live stream show that I do bi-weekly on Facebook, and it's the platform is blackdoctor.org. I'm the only nurse on the platform. And they recruited me to fill the spot. They didn't have anything about meditation or healing, and so that's what I do. And it's a production, but I do it twice a month. So if you want to check it out, please. Oh yeah, the platform has existed for 15 years. There are over 10 million subscribers, and anytime I do a show, there's at least 25,000 people on the show. Now this is the back end. That's why I know the director said, don't worry about the numbers, but I always ask. So there's about 25,000 people that are on, and then they're from all over the world. So sometimes they make comments that are in their language, and I use